Alright, hello, Megamat Movies here. Today, I'm going to be doing another drawing video. So I like to make games, if you couldn't tell. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to make really nice looking backgrounds, really quickly, really easily, and they fit in pretty well with your games. So, right off the bat, I'm going to make two backgrounds for you guys. I'm just going to go in and get started. So, we'll come in here. You have your color layout, and this is just Paint.net free program. You take two colors. You take green and a brighter green, okay? And that's too bright of a green. Alright, now screw the white layer. Always get rid of that. Now I'll make two layers. On the first layer, let's go ahead and render clouds, okay? So this is a really nice tool Paint.net has. I really recommend utilizing it. So you play around with it. I like this setting a little more zoomed in. You can have it a little more rough, whatever. It's completely up to you. I like it like right here. I think looks phenomenal. Right? Now, this is a nice green background for a nice room in one of your Gamemaker games. And this can be applied to any scale. Like, I could make this on a super large scale. So, we'll come in here, and let's say I want to add a river. So we'll just throw a little river in there. I messed up. So use this cutting tool and you make a little river. Right? So I'll come over here. I'll make this nice little river here. There you go, okay? On the second layer here, so I interchange between layers and still have this part selected. So I'll come up to the second layer and I'll render clouds, okay? I'll probably zoom these clouds out just to distinguish between the two. I'll blur these up a bit because it's going to be our river. Now, okay, what the heck do we have here, right? You're probably thinking, what is he thinking? You come into hue and saturation, right? You have your layer selected. You simply drag this over till you get a nice blue that you want. I want like maybe this kind of blue. You can saturate it up a little bit if you want. Completely up to you. Okay. And here you go. Now you're like, dude, that looks like crap. Come on. We're better than that, right? Really, really easy, okay? In my other video, I mentioned how freaking they have this photo thing that allows you to soften portraits and make things look really, really nice. So you can play around with that. I recommend like a 1, maybe 2 softness. The lighting based on where you are. Never full lighting, really. I either go half or the very darkest. I like something like in between right there. So you can play with the warmth. This makes me feel like I'm more of a warmer area. This is like a really luscious, cooler area. So like, I don't know, out here, maybe sort of leaning towards this. We have that. And voila. So you're in your game. It looks spritey. It looks pixely. It's completely different. And it'll probably be like this size on your screen. And you'll probably have a view in your game, I assume. So your character will be zoomed in like this, and it'll be following your character, and he'll get to this awesome river. Then you make a bridge. I'll even make the bridge real quick. Okay, we'll come in here and make this bridge. And you may be thinking like, oh, that doesn't look perfect. Well, I made it in 2 minutes. Like, it's just meant it's meant to be a really quick thing for people who can't really pixel themselves. Who aren't willing to take the time to do that, I should say. So let's say we want this to be a brown bridge. Hue saturation. Let's make this brown. So brown tends to be like orangish, and then you take out the saturation. Play around with the settings till you get a color that you like. There you go, brown. Kind doesn't go all the way across. Oh, whoops. See, I made a mistake here. I made a mistake. Always work in layers. Always, always, always work in layers. So come in here, which I actually forgot I rendered it. So we'll go back to before I rendered this, okay? This is before I rendered it. Now we'll throw in our bridge. So here we go. Build this. There's our bridge. Yep. We can hue saturation. Alright, so now you have like a little brown section to your bridge, okay? And then obviously you fill this game up with your own sprites. I mean, whatever. Like, for example, take this rock sprite, throw it in here. You can throw it around. The rocks don't really fit in this setting, but I mean, you get what I mean. And then from here, we'll come in, soften the portrait. Whoops. Always collapse your layers. Deselect everything. And then we'll go ahead and soften our portrait. 1 softness. In some cases, as you see here, it really blurs everything up. So like that bridge looks really blurry, everything. Like, but I like how like the ground blurs in with like the water. How do I get around this? Okay. You do this. This is why we work in layers. Okay. You merge this down. You click on the layer, and we'll go soften portrait. Okay. Now you have like your nice softened portrait. I want it to be a little darker, a little on the warmer side. Now we'll come in here and we'll soften these portraits just so that it blends in. 0 softness, so they still get that crispness that I like. I don't really like the warmth for these kind of objects. I like the darker, maybe a little up there in warmth. And I mean, there you go. Really, really easy backgrounds. This doesn't really work as well for grassy areas as it does for lava areas. A good example of this is this. This is what I made earlier. I'll go ahead and show you how to do this real quick, actually. So this is like a cave system. You have lava tendrils coming in. It looks really, really well done, especially when you're super zoomed in the game. It's like the game looks like this. Your character's walking around. It looks all pixelated, but it looks super fancy because you're super zoomed in. I mean, I'm sure this would look phenomenal if you zoomed in as well. I mean, your character's probably this big on the screen. He walks over to this bridge. Oh, cool. It's probably this big. Enemies all over the place. You shoot them. It can be applied to any scale. Really, really simple. And I mean, like, if you don't like these, like blotchy parts on your grass, you can always just remake your grass. Like, straight up. You can just come in here, render brand new ones, fade it down, because I like that cleaner looking grass, and then you can do it all over again. I mean, it's all about how you want it. And then you come in here and it looks a lot nicer. I'm thinking it looks a lot nicer. And then we can render this in. Boom, there you go. And I mean, maybe I want this bridge to blend in. Do I, though? That's just a personal choice. I think I like it blended in like that. But I mean, there you go. There's your grassy area. For a cool lava area like this, I'll go ahead and show you real quick. We'll make a new file. 640, 480. Alright, always delete your white background. Come in here right off the bat. We want lava. Okay, lava needs to be like this. It needs to be really zoomed in. So it needs to have really dark areas and really bright areas. So we're going to hue saturate this, super saturate it. That's a little too much. Saturate it, change it so that it is, yes. Yeah, it has to be 2 different colors, I remember. I was just trying to be lazy. So you take red, take yellow. Get a nice yellow. A nice little, yeah, okay, that's good. Now we'll go ahead and render this in. Oh, I don't like that seed at all. Okay, there we go. So now we can hue saturate this. Really, all I want to do is saturate it up a bit. Then you add a new layer to add in your rocks, okay? So I'll go ahead and add in these cool little rock formations. Hold down Control and you can add in new rocks. Oh, that rock's gonna look weird. Alright, now you can render clouds. It doesn't matter if they're the freaking same. Just make sure it's a different zoom. So I'd probably zoom in for this. Fade it a little. Now because this is on a different layer, we'll black and white just this layer. Brightness and contrast, we want darker looking rocks. There we go. Now you're looking, how can he fix this? I'm just gonna get rid of that. How can he make this like look like how he did it in this photo, which looks really nice? Well, I can come in here. You just sort of jab in like this, okay? Because I just want to take little sections out, make it look like the lava's coming in. Alright, now I'll probably do this all around. Oh, I messed up. You have to do it a side at a time. And I'm trying to be really quick here. The other one I was a little more cautious with how I did it. So you come in here and you delete that, okay? Now you have what looks like little cracks coming in. And you'll do that all over the place over here. Okay, and then basically you have to go all around like that. You delete that. Now we can do this for all these rocks. I'm just going to do it for this one, and then the other two we can just let sit there. I'm going to be lazy. So then you come up like this, delete. And this is how you get like that kind of rocky texture. Alright. And then like if you want it more subtle, you just do little ones every now and then. See? So this one's a little more subtle than the other two. I think this one down in the bottom right is going to turn out the best. But yeah, anyways, so then I drop this down, and the magic begins with this. Go and throw this up, make it super warm. Put the softness like right there so that it looks like the rocks are sort of blurring in with that lava. Right there. And I made these rocks a little too dark. That was my bad. But there you go. It looks like whew, the lava looks super nice and vivid. It looks like rocks. This section looks the best. I already knew that it was. And yeah, your character comes in here. Probably looks about this big. And he can walk around on all these little islands. I don't know how you'd make it. Probably make it more like this. And I made this one, I made the stone rougher. I blurred the stone in this one. Just a personal choice, but yeah, there you go. That's how you make really easy and quick backgrounds with paint.net. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for another video soon.